You have $10 billion. That's more money than you could spend in 100 lifetimes, enough to buy a private island, a fleet of jets, and a small country to park them in. So walk into any dealership on Earth and point at the most expensive thing on the floor, and it's yours before lunch. Except for these. Because here's the part nobody tells you. The 10 cars you're about to see cannot be bought. Not because you don't have the money. You have all the money. It doesn't matter. These machines were never for sale, or they were sold once and will never be sold again, or the only way to get one is to be chosen. Money is the easy part. Money is the thing you already have. What you don't have is a seat at the table. So, let's count down the 10 cars that laugh at your bank account, ending with one machine so untouchable that the richest human alive couldn't pry it loose for any number you could name. Number 10. Rolls-Royce Boat Tail. We start at $28 million. That's the price of the Rolls-Royce Boat Tail, the most expensive new car ever built. And you'd think 28 million is nothing to a billionaire, and you'd be right. The money isn't the wall. The wall is that Rolls-Royce made exactly 3 of them, and they didn't put them on a website. They handpicked 3 clients who had already spent fortunes with the brand, people so deeply inside the Rolls-Royce world that the company knew them by name. If you're not already on that list, there is no application, no wait list, no amount you can wire to jump the queue. You simply weren't invited. And that's the theme of this entire video. It only gets worse from here. Number 9. Bugatti La Voiture Noire. Next up, roughly $18 million for a single black Bugatti called La Voiture Noire, the black car. One made, ever. And here's the gut punch. It was already sold before the public ever laid eyes on it. Bugatti unveiled it as a finished, spoken-for machine. The buyer's name has never been confirmed, hidden behind rumors that it went to a member of the family that founded Volkswagen itself. So, you can admire the photos all you like, but the car has an owner. That owner isn't selling, and you were never even in the room where the deal happened. But at least that car exists somewhere. You could theoretically knock on a door. This next one is guarded by a man who will never, ever let it go. Number 8. Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta. Around $17.5 million buys you a Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta, one of only 3 built, and 2 of those went to collectors. The third? Horacio Pagani, the founder of the company, kept it for himself as a birthday present. Think about what that means. The man who could build another one, who has the molds, the factory, the name on the building, decided that even he would only ever make 3. And one is staying in his personal collection until the day he dies. You cannot outbid the founder for his own creation. There is no check large enough to make a man sell the thing he built to celebrate his own life. Money assumes everything has a price. Horacio Pagani is living proof that some things don't. Number 7. Mercedes-Benz Maybach Exelero. The Maybach Exelero is a one-off black monster, originally built for a tire company, later valued around $8 million, and it has passed through a couple of private hands, reportedly including a rapper or 2. But here's the thing about a one-off. The moment someone owns it, the market closes. There is no second one waiting in a warehouse. If the current owner wants to keep it, and they do, then the single most powerful weapon a billionaire has, the ability to simply pay more than the other guy, is useless, because there is no other guy. You're not competing in an auction. You're begging one specific person to change their mind. And they won't. Number 6. Bugatti 110. 10 Bugatti 110 were built, each around $9 million, and every single one was allocated before the world even knew the car existed. That word, allocated, is how the ultra-rich actually lose these fights. It means the manufacturer decided in advance who was allowed to buy, and the answer was a closed circle of existing Bugatti owners who already had multiple Bugattis in the garage. You don't buy your way in. You earn your way in over years and tens of millions in prior purchases, and only then are you permitted to spend $9 million more. It's a members-only club where the membership fee is a lifetime of already being rich in exactly the right way. Number 5. Rolls-Royce Sweptail. The Sweptail is a single Rolls-Royce built for a single mystery client, reportedly for around $13 million, designed entirely around one person's private vision. It took years. And that's the point of a commission like this. It was never a product, it was a portrait. The car is as personal as a wedding ring, and the man who commissioned it has zero reason to ever sell the most bespoke car on the planet. But we're now leaving the world of cars that merely have stubborn owners and entering the world of cars that are quite literally lost to history. Number 4. Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. Only 4 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantics were ever built in the 1930s, and they are considered the holy grail of the entire collector universe, worth well over $100 million each if one ever came to market. But here's the chilling part. Of the 4, one has been completely lost. Vanished. Nobody on Earth knows where it is, and it hasn't been seen in over 80 years. The surviving cars are locked inside museums and the private vault of fashion billionaire Ralph Lauren, who treats his like a painting, not a possession. So even at 9 figures, there is nothing to buy. The known ones will never trade, and the last one might be rotting in a forgotten barn or crushed to scrap decades ago. All the money in the world cannot purchase a car that no longer has an address. Number 3. Ferrari 250 GTO. The Ferrari 250 GTO is the most valuable Ferrari ever, with private sales reported north of $70 million. Only 36 were made, and here's what stops the billionaires cold. Ferrari doesn't just let you buy one. Even if you find an owner willing to sell, Ferrari itself has to approve you as worthy of the brand, and they have famously refused to sell their newest limited cars to buyers they consider not prestigious enough. The GTO owners are a tiny fraternity who mostly wouldn't sell for any price, because owning one is a status that money alone can never rent. You can be a billionaire and still be told, politely, that you are simply not the right kind of person. Imagine that. But the number 2 car makes the GTO look easy. Number 2. Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. In 2022, a car sold for $142 million, shattering every record in history and becoming by a massive margin the most expensive car ever sold. It was a 1,955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe, and experts believe that record will likely never be beaten. Here's why it's on this list, even though it's sold. Mercedes built only 2 of them, and for 67 years, the company refused to sell either one. They finally, quietly, released just a single example to one hand-selected buyer in a secret invitation-only auction that ordinary billionaires weren't even told about. You couldn't have bid. You wouldn't have known it was happening. The doors were shut, the guest list was tiny, and the price was a number designed to make sure only a legend could pay it. Number 1. The car with no price. And now the payoff. Remember I said Mercedes built 2 of the Uhlenhaut Coupes and sold only 1? The other one still exists. It sits in the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Stuttgart, and the company has stated plainly that it is not for sale and never will be. Think carefully about what that means. The single most valuable object with 4 wheels on planet Earth, the twin of a car that just proved it's worth $142 million, has no price at all. Not a high price. No price. You could be the richest human who has ever lived. You could offer $300 million, $500 million, $1 billion in cash, and the answer would be the same 2 words every car on this list has been quietly saying the whole time: not for sale. Because that's the secret the ultra-wealthy learn too late. Money buys almost everything, which is exactly why the last things it can't buy become the only things worth wanting. The most expensive car in the world isn't the one that sold for $142 million. It's the one sitting behind museum glass with no number on it at all, owned by a company that has already decided that some things are worth more than any amount you could ever offer. And no billionaire, no matter how rich, is ever getting the keys.